My fellow devs who are going to be replaced with AI, and to the non-technical people watching our demise. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my brand new React starter kit. Now, most of you know I have a Next.js starter kit, and that one a lot of people use, a lot of people loved. Don't worry, that's still there. In fact, I updated it. You can check it out at nextstarter.xyz, but I'm going to cover that in a different video. In today's video, we're going to talk about my React starter kit, which you can check out at reactstarter.xyz. By the way, it's completely free. You can click on star on GitHub. Make sure to give it a beautiful star on GitHub, and you can download the code completely for free yourself. So what I want to do is I want to give you a quick demo. I'm going to explain to you the technologies I used and why I used them, and then we're going to go through it, set it up. So sit back, relax, let's get to building. So you can go to reactstarter.xyz and give it a quick demo. I'll click on login. We used Clerk for auth. I'm going to click continue with Google. Let's just use, hopefully I didn't use this email, so I can show you what it looks like. I have successfully logged in. You can see that it's telling me to subscribe. If I click subscribe now, I'm taken to a pricing page. There's a $10 a month subscription. Mind you, it's sandbox, it's fake money, so I'm not going to actually charge you, but you can use this to test this out. I'm going to click get started. You see that it's setting up checkout, and it's going to redirect me to Polar. So I'm brought to the Polar checkout. You see it already pre-filled my email. Let's use the test credit card. By the way, if you don't know the test credit card that Stripe or Stripe wrappers use, it's 42, 42, 42, just 42 nonstop. And then the guess, you could just put random numbers, and then province, Ontario, and let's click subscribe. So I'm going to be subscribing to the $10 a month plan. So the payment's successful. It says, welcome to your subscription. Your payment was successful. Let's click go to dashboard, and it takes me to the dashboard. Now, if I go back to Convex and I click on data and I go to users, I will find, yeah, this user is me, Michael Shamelis. This is my user ID. And then if I go to subscriptions, I will find, let's see, current period, it's 406. Right now it's 407. So this is the subscription I made, right? And because I've made a subscription, because I've paid, I now have access to this dashboard. This is just a dashboard for you to play with. And then I have a chat tab on the dashboard, and this one actually works. I could type welcome, and yep, how can I assist you today? What is 10 times that? Which easy number. So I actually have a simple AI chatbot using OpenAI built for you, just for you to test. And then we have the settings tab. This is my subscription status. I can click on manage subscription, right? And what's going to happen, it's going to take me to Polar. And this is basically like your customer management portal. And here I can change my plan. I can view my subscription. I'll just cancel my subscription. It's missing features. We're going to cancel this. And you can see here, it says to be canceled. Now, if I go back to subscriptions and then I look at this field, this table, this is me, my subscription. You see that it says it'll be canceled next month. And then it even shows you the reason why I canceled, missing features, right? So all of this is literally there for you to build on top of, all for free, right? And I have this like nice, sleek landing page. It's very minimal, but I kept it that way on purpose. And again, all of this is right here. So now that you got a quick demo, let's go over how this all works. Now for the front end, we're using React Router v7. I'll be honest with you, I've been loving React Router v7. And you know, if you guys want a video on this, I'll go on a deep dive as to why I love it and how I use it. It's just a great, simple framework overall, and I've been enjoying it. Now I'm using Clerk for auth. And lately, if you noticed, I've been better auth pilled. I see the vision, I love better auth. The package is amazing. I met the founder, great guy. But the reason why I use Clerk for this is because the better auth / Convex integration is still very much early, I would say between alpha and beta. And I really wanted this to be a production starter kit. So you can build your SaaS and launch this and scale this to millions of users. And if you do, you know, cut me a check. But in order for that to be the case, I had to use Clerk, and Clerk has a very simple integration, easily tying in with Convex, where in the Convex backend you can have access to the user information right away. So that's why I used Clerk. We're using Convex for our backend, which is also the sponsor of this video. Thank you so much, Convex. Love Convex. I've been a Convex shill from the beginning. It's overall a great product, and now to see people like Theo join the bandwagon, it's an amazing thing. Convex is not only our database, not only a place where we write our server functions, but it's a place where we could set up long processes, API points. Like Convex is truly the complete backend. So with this starter kit, you can pretty much build anything without adding any external service. The only external service you would need to add that I didn't add here is email. And if you want me to add that, let me know in the comments down below. And finally, for payments, we're using Polar. And the reason why we're using Polar is the developer experience for Polar is just so fantastic. I do have a Stripe version as well. And if you want me to release that, let me know. But I just personally have been in love with Polar's developer experience, especially when you get into usage-based billing and all that stuff. So that is the React Starter Kit in a nutshell. And all of this gets deployed to Vercel. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So now that you know all the stuff that's used, we are going to set this thing up together. So go to, again, React Starter Kit. It's literally, I believe, the first one. Make sure you give it a lovely star. I can't star my own repo. It's like, imagine liking your own Instagram post. It's weird. So let's download the code and get into it, shall we? So downloading the zip, unzipping this, going to move this into desktop. And then in desktop, we're just going to call this RSK YouTube, just so I can identify this properly. I'm going to use VS Code. You can use Cursor, Windsurf, whatever it is you like. And then we're just going to plop this over here. We're going to full screen this, bring this closer, open our root.tsx, pop open our terminal. So what we're going to do, we're going to install the packages. Now, you're going to have to do install -- legacy -pure.deps and -deps. And the reason why is some of the packages with us using React 19, some of the packages might be like, oh, you need to use React 18. But we're just going to be nicely telling them, no, we're using React 19. So --legacy -pure-deps. So let's pop open localhost 5173. So it says no address provided to Convex React client. So there are a bunch of environment variables we're going to need, and all of them are provided here. Now, here's a simple, quick one for you to set up Convex. Just open a new terminal and do npx convex dev. And what's going to happen is it's going to ask you. Now, I've already logged in. It'll probably tell you to log in, install some packages, all that stuff. I already done that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new project, call it rsk-u2. We want to do cloud deployment. I don't want to use anything beta. So right off the bat, if I look at my .env.local, you see that the convex keys have been taken care of for me. So we love that. Now I'm going to go back to .env.example. Convex keys are taken care of. I need my clerk keys. So I'm just going to copy this right here, and I'm going to paste it in my .env.local. All right, we're good to go. So let's go back to our browser. Let's go to clerk. And let's set up a new project. We'll call this RSK YouTube. I just want email and Google. You can add whichever one you want. This starter kit gives you that freedom. And all really what we're going to do is I actually want to go to configure, and then I'll go to API keys right here. And then I'm going to go to React router, copy these keys as is, and just, well, I copied again, my bad. Copy these keys as is, and then paste them. And last but not least, it seems like we need our front-end URL, and that's basically our local host. So I can literally go here, copy this, and paste this, remove the backslash at the end. Let's go here, and we're getting environment variable. Oh, and there's one more, next public _ convex URL. So let's go back to our local, and then literally it's going to be the same one here. And the reason why, you might be wondering, why do we have this here and this here as well? There is a Next.js helper function from Convex, that I use. So once we've done this, there's still some environment variables we have to add on Convex. So we're going to go back to our convex.dev project. We're going to click on login. I'm going to log in with my GitHub account, and I'm going to go to this project, rsk-YouTube. I'm going to go to settings, and then environment variables. Now, remember I told you earlier that what's cool about, where's my diagram? What's cool about Clerk is they have the sick integration with Convex. We're going to set that up right now. So to set that up, you go back to Clerk, click on configure, click on JWT templates, and then you're going to create a new template. Click on Convex. Now make sure you click save. I be forgetting sometimes, and it ends up not working because you didn't save. So click save. And go back to Convex, and you're going to copy this issuer right here. So you're going to copy that. You're going to go to convex, remember settings, environment variables, paste this in value, and this has to be vite underscore clerk underscore frontend underscore API underscore URL. So we're going to click save here, and then let's go back. Let's refresh. We're still getting an error. Let's see what the error is. So it's telling us here, cannot find public function for subscriptions, get available plans. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to run the command again, but there's still some environment variables we're missing. So we see an error here that the error is for subscription, get available plans. And that's because we have to set up our payments. So let's go to sandbox.polar.sh. Now there's a difference between www.polar.sh and Sandbox. Sandbox is the test version, and this is where you can test with fake money. And you want to do this at first, make sure everything is rock solid, then use production environment. So I'm going to create a new organization. We're going to call this RSK YouTube, just so I know what is what. So we're going to create, click create, and yeah, let's just create a sample one, SAAS Pro subscription. We'll just delete this, or we'll call this YouTube. Please subscribe. Subscribe. I said subscribe in my mind, but I wrote subscription. That's funny. And then pricing, we'll do $1,000 a month because we're baller like that. And we click create product, right? And then we're just going to go to dashboard because everything's set up for us. We're going to go to product. So we see our product here. But if I go back, this is like the project I've already set up. You see that I need a couple more keys on convex. First of all, I need the front-end URL, but I also need Polar access token, Polar organization ID, and Polar web secret. So let's get the access token first. Let's go back to our convex. Let me click add. I'll just paste Polar underscore access underscore token. And we're going to go back to Polar, click on setting. And the access token is basically here where you see developers. You're going to click new token, select all. I'm just have no expiration, and we're just going to call this prod. I'm going to create. This is my access token. Copy this, paste this. We have our access token. What's next? We need our organization ID. So I'm just going to click add. Paste Polar underscore organization underscore ID. Make sure the spellings match exactly, because if they don't, it's not going to work. Let's go to settings, general. Up top here is the organization ID. That was pretty simple. We'll paste this right here. And then finally for Polar, we need a webhook secret. And the way you get a webhook secret is like this. You click on URL and deploy key, click on show development credentials, and you're going to need the HTTP actions URL. Just copy that, click on it, and it copies. Go back to Polar, click on webhooks, and then you're going to click add endpoint. Here you're going to click paste, but this is just a URL. We need a specific route that Polar can fire to send our payment information. If we go back to our code and we click on convex and we click on http.ts, and this is where we can expose endpoints, you're going to see here I have an API route called /payments/webhook. And this basically, if you look at the handler and click on payment webhook, this basically stores the payment information that we get from Polar. So this is the endpoint I have to give Polar. So it's the HTTP action URL /payments/webhook. I'm going to select format as raw, generate a new secret. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go back to our environment variables, click add, paste this here, and it is Polar underscore webhook underscore secret. I'm going to paste this here. Now, one thing that I missed is I need to select all of these and click create. Sometimes you click generate, you leave, and because you have not created this, it won't work. So I'm going to select all of these, and I'm going to click create now. And our webhook has been created. So I'm going to click save. The only thing missing is my OpenAI API key. You could go to openai.com API, get you a key. That's pretty simple. I'm just going to copy mine. So if we go back to our code base and we just click Command S, we'll see that we get no more errors. Now, if we go back to our local host, we have everything running. This is fantastic. I even see my $1,000 a month subscription, and all of this is running. Now let me click on login. Let's test the auth out. And it's asking me to choose an account. Okay, choosing this email right here. Yes, I confirm. And I'm signed in. Okay, awesome. Now, if I click subscribe now, it'll take me to this page, and I'll click set up checkout. What's the error I get here? So it says input should be valid URL, relative URL without base doesn't work. And the reason why I got this error is because I had the one environment key missing, front-end URL. So I'm going to copy this, right? And I'm going to get my front-end URL, but here's the problem. This is a local host. This URL is only local to me. If I give this to Convex, it can't redirect me to localhost because it's only local to me. So how you get around this is you're going to need ngrok. Now, there's tons of videos out there, but ngrok basically exposes your local host to the internet, so that way I can give it to Convex for me to test. So I'm going to do ngrok HTTP 3000. No, not 3000, because I'm not on port 3000. The port I'm on is 5173. And if you don't know how I know I'm on 5173, look at the port, localhost 5173. So I'm going to hit enter, and this is the URL I have access to. So if I go here and if I click on this and I click open and I click visit site, but I get this, I get blocked requests. And basically what I have to do, it tells me here, I have to go to v.config.js and basically in allowed host add this endpoint URL. So I'm going to copy this and I basically have it here under define config server allowed hosts. It's an array. And I just uncomment this, hit save. And when I refresh, you'll see that I'm brought back here. So this is exposed to the internet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, and in my project, I'm going to paste this, and then front-end URL, I'm going to paste this here. Make sure to always remove the slash, because in the code, it's going to add a slash and it's 2 slashes and it breaks. And when you're ready to deploy this, swap this for your actual URL or for the Vercel URL, right? So I'm going to click save. And now we're going to test out on ngrok. So I'm going to log in. This time we'll still use the same email just to make sure everything is working smoothly. Michael SEO 96. Signed in successfully. Now let's pay the $1,000 a month. Brought to my checkout. Email is already pre-filled. We're going to do the test credit card, 42, 42, 42, 42, 42. Random credentials. Just going to put my name. We'll put Canada as the country because that's where I am. Ontario as the province. And I'm going to click subscribe for $1,000 a month. All I need is 10 of these and I'm making 10 bands a month. What a beautiful time to be alive. And it says the payment was successful. I'm going to click go to dashboard. Now, one thing I want you to realize, once you're done, once the payment has went through, you're on the dashboard, you can switch back to localhost because ngrok is pretty slow. So I'm on localhost right now. You can see I have access to the dashboard. If I click on settings, you can see I'm subscribed here. And if I click on manage subscription, it'll take me to the portal. Now, the moment of truth is if all this information is in my database. So I'm going to click on data, and then I see the subscription, which it's correct, status active. I see user, it's correct. Now, if I went to Polar and I clicked on sales and then subscription, and I got on this subscription, the one I just subscribed to, and I just canceled the subscription like immediately, meaning canceled it right now. Now, you would never do this, but I just want to make sure that the webhook is set up properly. I'm going to cancel the subscription, so it's completely canceled. If I go to subscriptions now, it says revoked. So it works. So we have everything properly set up. So everything works. So from this point on, you can push this to GitHub and then deploy it to Vercel so you can have something online, or you can now use your favorite IDE, Cursor, Windsurf, VS Code, JetBrains, Zed, whatever it is. You can use AI and you can build whatever you want with payments, authentication, and a DB taking care for you. Now, this video is already getting too long. If you want me to dive into the code and explain to you the way I did things, why I did things, or if you just want to see the next starter kit, which is the Next.js starter kit, let me know in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this. I really took time building this for you guys, so I would love and appreciate likes, comments, sharing this video, making sure you go to the repo and starring it. I've been Ross. You've been awesome. I thank you so much for watching this video. Again, you can check out the starter kit at reactstarter.xyz. To the next video, you have a blessed one. Peace.